The moment I pushed the bathroom door open, the quiet of the afternoon shattered, because there she was, standing barefoot on the cool tiles, sunlight spilling through the small window behind her, eyes wide with a mix of fear and fragile hope, asking in a trembling breath if she could stay for just one night. And in that instant, my ordinary day tilted into something I would never forget. The house had been silent before that, filled only with the soft hum of noon traffic outside and the ticking clock in the hall, and suddenly it felt like fate had stepped inside without knocking. If you believe that kindness can change lives and that everyone deserves a second chance, take a moment right now to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Heartbeat Tales, because stories like this live on the faith that goodness still exists. Her name, I would soon learn, was Mira Solis, and she looked like someone who had been running for far too long. Damp hair clung to her neck as if she had just washed away a difficult past, and she held a folded towel like a shield, not against me, but against the world. I was Rowan Hale, a man who had learned to live quietly after losing my parents and retreating into a small inherited house where days passed slowly and safely. Seeing her there, in the middle of a bright day when shadows had nowhere to hide, forced me to confront a choice I hadn't known was coming. My first instinct was fear, the practical questions crowding my mind, but beneath that was a deeper pull, a memory of nights when I had wished someone would open a door for me. The afternoon light revealed the truth of her exhaustion better than any words could. This was not a stranger looking for trouble, this was a person worn thin by disappointment. As she explained her situation in broken sentences, I saw pieces of a life unraveling, jobs lost, promises broken, trust misplaced. She had arrived in town chasing work that vanished before she could grasp it, and the last place. She stayed had closed its doors without warning. The world had told her no too many times, and she was asking for a pause, a single night to breathe. I felt the weight of the decision settle in my chest, heavy as the summer air, knowing that saying yes could change everything, including me. Letting her stay meant confronting my own loneliness, the walls I had built to keep pain out. As the day stretched on, we shared the quiet rituals of daylight, tea brewed in the kitchen, dust motes dancing in sunbeams, the steady reassurance of normal things. Mira spoke of her childhood dreams with a softness that suggested they still lived somewhere inside her, bruised but alive. I listened, surprised by how easily the hours passed, how the house felt warmer with another heartbeat inside it. Yet beneath the calm, suspense lingered, because kindness always carries risk, and I wondered what morning would bring. As evening approached, still wrapped in the glow of day rather than darkness, something shifted. Mira helped me tidy the living room, small gestures that felt like gratitude in motion, and I realized she was not just receiving help, she was offering dignity in return. The challenge was no longer about safety but about trust, about whether two strangers could believe in each other long enough to rewrite the next chapter. I struggled with doubts, but each time I looked at her, standing in the sunlit doorway with resolve replacing fear, those doubts softened. By the time the sky outside began to pale toward late afternoon, Mira had made a decision of her own. She would use the night not as an escape, but as a starting point. She spoke of an interview she had scheduled, of reaching out to a cousin she had been too proud to call before. Hope, I realized, grows fastest when it's shared. Watching her rediscover her strength reminded me that helping someone does not drain you, it fills spaces you forgot were empty. Just before the end of this story, I want to ask you something special. Please comment below and tell us what you would have done in that moment, because your voice matters here. When morning came, bathed in soft daylight rather than drama, Mira left not as a burden but as a promise fulfilled. We parted with smiles that carried gratitude and courage, and the house returned to its quiet, changed forever by one simple act. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that compassion can appear in the most unexpected rooms. Please like, share, and engage with this video on Heartbeat Tales, because your support helps keep these stories alive. And sometimes, one night of kindness is all it takes to change a life.